And we are back in Santa Barbara, California for the WPH Junior Handball Alliance Gold Cup of Handball. This is a pro player exhibition between John Bike and his partner Anton Wilson up against Sean Lenning and Abraham Montijo, playing a one-game match to 25, and this place is completely packed right now, Ashley Moeller. Every player in the tournament that can possibly get to the show court is lined up to watch this old versus young doubles matchup. A lot of the players, also the coaches too, coming out to watch this amazing match.
Well, it's a treat for these players to get to see pro handball players right at their own home courts. Getting to watch them for free, really.
John Bike, this is the year that he'll be inducted into the Handball Hall of Fame. And a lot of the coaches here to watch the top player, Sean Lenning, who just jammed a ball right at Anton Wilson on that right side. John playing the left, Anton on the right, Abraham Montijo now serving.
I like the matchup of Abe and Sean together. They do play against each other at the racket club when they're both in town a couple times a week.
This is a celebration of handball out here at the YMCA in Santa Barbara, California, as evident by how many of these young kids are sitting here watching this pro exhibition. And a nice crack return from Anton Wilson. He came here not realizing that he was going to play in this exhibition. The names are on the scoreboard. 0-4 is the score here. Anton Wilson serving.
And did they decide on playing one game to 25? Is that
Yes.
the format right now? There's standing room only in the gallery here as all the kids are trying to get a glimpse of the pro players to see what they have to get their game to be to get on the pro tour.
A lot of these players here have different favorites that they watch. A lot of the Tucson guys want to watch Abraham Montijo. Those from Fresno want to see how Anton Wilson can match up against some of the game's greats. And then John Bike, who's going into the Hall of Fame later this year at the Los Cab USHA 4-Wall Nationals, and Sean Lenning, who's been toggling between number 1 and number 2 in the WPH Power Rankings, standing center court in the gray shirt. There's that traditional Sean Lenning take the ball on the rise, power kill in the right corner.
It's going to be exciting to watch Sean play in the Players' Championship that's held in Seattle in the middle of May. It's his home court, it's home club. He'll have the fan support there since it's where he's played the most. I think it'll be very tough to beat Sean at that tournament there.
Watch what Anton does here. Powers it at Sean Lenning, who digs it out. Anton able to hit that ball down the left. Abe felt that he should have got to it, was unable to. A side out. John Bike serving. Ball sounded like it skipped in. I didn't see it, but it sounded like it. This is the one-game match to 25. I thought we were going to see John Bike and Sean Lenning versus Abraham and Anton Wilson. But they decided to go young versus old. And by old, I mean really old.
Well, you're close to the same age, so.
That's what I mean, really old.
How old is Anton Wilson?
Anton is 38. Okay, so I was off by 3 years. He's 35. John is 46. Doesn't look a day over 42 or 41, though. So.
And then Abraham is, I believe, 23. And Sean, 26 probably. So their combined age is close to John Bike's age.
I'm sure that makes it feel better. Sean turns 27 here in April.
Over. Sorry. Glad I didn't mark nothing.
This has to be a treat for Jesus Avila. He gets to call the score in this pro doubles exhibition. He's not calling any hinders because he would get probably yelled at, but
He's not calling the actual game, he's just calling the score.
Yep.
We've already heard 3 sorries out of him. He's got more sorries than Team Bike has points, but that's okay, it might change.
That's a new stat to have on the board, the sorry stat.
And it's the 7th point for Abraham Montijo, Sean Lenning. That should have been replayed. Abe gave that over to Sean Lenning and said, nah, I played it. And a nice paddle re-kill from John Bike gets that side out. This is game number 1 and the only game. It's a one-game match to 25. Special exhibition. We'll toggle over on the first break that we get to show you how many people are watching this match on the crowd mic. You said it was packed. I can't see from my vantage point.
Look through our booth window and
Yeah.
we have a wonderful view here. Window view, you can see sunny outside, Santa Barbara.
1 serve 7. Point.
That's an amazing Anton Wilson shot right there. Gives Team Bike another point. Lupita Alvarado Bike is also in the stands, and we haven't heard her yell yet. Maybe she only does that for her brother, Nadi, but normally we can hear her
3 serve 7.
fairly quiet with her husband for some reason.
Well, I don't think this is as intense of a match as she's used to.
Start out.
Even the crowd is very quiet. Usually throughout the tournament we've heard kids clapping and cheering for their teammates, but I think they're just so awestruck by watching these top-level players play that they don't want to make any noise.
Point.
It's a nice point right there. Corner kill now 8-3, Montijo serving.
8 serve 3.
If you just tuned in and you're wondering why there are no juniors on the court, it's just a pro player exhibition that's been designed for the junior players so they can have some top pro level play to inspire them as we close out day number 2 here at the Junior Handball Alliance California Gold Cup. Big setup for Abraham Montijo. Goes to the corner. Yikes.
He hits the ball harder than just about anybody I've seen.
9-6, 3. Second
I've
serve.
practiced with Sean on the court a few times, and if he really lays into the ball, I can't even see the ball. It's moving so fast.
Point.
I blame it on being a woman. I don't think my eyes are as advanced as men's.
Well, you got that short brain, that small brain, so.
10 serves, 3.
I don't think it's the brain. I just think it's the short eye sockets or something.
I kid, of course.
And out.
When I play Sean Lenning, I'm getting a little better. I'm now swinging and missing a little closer
10 serves, 3.
than I used to.
You're not getting hit by the ball as much.
And that's what Sean does on a serve, too.
11
Everything he
serves,
hits is hard, and it's going down into that side wall, and he does it on the right and the left. I mean, if you could get his serve back,
3. Side out.
you've actually done really good.
Three serves, 11.
It's funny, after watching all the junior matches, these guys seem so huge compared to the little kids we've been watching.
We have to reposition our cameras. John's serve not doing what he's trying to get it to do as it comes down the middle instead of to the left. And I don't know why Anton and Sean keep hitting the ball. I should say Anton and John keep hitting the ball to Sean.
I was thinking the same thing. I would definitely be picking on Abraham if I was trying to score some points on the serve.
And out.
Because Sean doesn't have a weak hand, so going down the left isn't going to be an advantage.
Actually, I believe that's his strong hand. He played with that shoulders problem for so long that he developed his left to where it's pretty much flawless. And now it's hand out. Let's see if John does something different than hitting the ball back at himself here.
11.
And there's a point for Team Bike. Now at 4-11.
4 serves, 11. Short and serve.
You see John is playing the way that you normally do in an exhibition, where you serve to the guy on the left and then you serve to the guy on the right. And both he and Anton Wilson doing the exact same thing. So if you're going to question why he's staying to the left, it's, well, Sean was playing the left and they start at the left, and then if they get a point, they go to the right. And they're going to do that with Abe here too.
Second serve.
So I think we answered our own question.
Over.
Good call by the referee. It's funny he still calls over. Must be for the crowd.
Point.
There's another point. This is a pro player exhibition in Santa Barbara,
5 serves,
California, if
11.
you just tuned in. And if we ever did have a break in the action, we'd show you what that crowd looks like down the left.
11 serves, 5. Point. Serves, 5.
I know for the Tucson kids, not only is it fun to watch the pro players, but their coach, Abraham Montijo, is one of the players on the court. So for them, it's great to see the coach get in there and get some action.
And out.
It's difficult to run these events and
12
sit and watch
serves,
handball all
5.
day and not think about playing, and then come in here and actually try to do it.
Point. 13 serves, 5. Side out. 5 serves 13.
Second serve, right?
Hand out.
Both Anton and John just looked at each other. Anton thought that was John's, and John thought it was Anton's.
I didn't even see it, fool. They hit it so fast that I didn't even see the ball. Huh?
Hey, we may even see a
They didn't double fall.
Anton Wilson John Bike appearance in the
They didn't double fall.
35s at Los Cab this year at the
13
Nationals.
serves 5.
I was talking earlier with Eddie Chapa and
On the spot.
about the 35 division. If everybody that was able to play in the 35s actually did, that would be one of the toughest draws.
Do it on the, if we double fall,
That's
and
true.
we don't do it on that time, call a timeout and do it, he would do 10 when we get out of the court.
So I believe Dave Fink would be able to play in it. Is he 35?
Hand
Uh-huh.
out.
And Nadi
13
Alvarado,
serves 5.
and you could have
Dave Chapman and Tyler Hamill and Duxie Walsh and Ian Jensen.
Side out.
yeah, you could go on and on. That would be crazy to see.
5 serves 13.
Tommy Little, Anton Wilson, Ali Abdullah,
6 serves 13.
Chris Watkins, John Robles.
Hand out.
It's a one-game match to 25. Lenning Montijo up 13 to 6.
16 serves 13.
What? Oh, 6-13.
13 serves 6. Short second serve. Point.
Though those at home watching don't realize this, on our monitors, the courts are really bright because we adjusted the white balance on the cameras. But this is a very dark court. In fact, probably one of the darkest I've ever seen in person.
Hand out. 15 serves
I don't think I've ever played on a court this dark before.
Point. 16 serves 6.
When we first turn the lights on, you have to close the door so that they come on, and we kept thinking they were going to warm up and turn brighter, but they never did. They just stayed kind of this dull yellow color.
6 serves 16.
Nice get right there, but Sean tracks it back down, and the play's still going on. Sean is amazing how he can catch up to that ball. And he's all smiles as he walks back after that point was awarded a team bike.
7 serves 16.
Sean's like a ninja. He just comes out of nowhere, and you don't expect him to get the ball, and then there he is.
When Sean goes into clampdown mode, it's very difficult to get a ball by him.
Goes into what?
I call it clamp down.
Oh, I thought you said clap down. I was like picturing some weird ritual that starts clapping or clamp down mode.
Side out. 16 serves 7.
Had a little stuttering problem from the referee there.
Got my numbers mixed up.
Point. 17 serves 7.
When I've been walking through the hallways, I've heard some of the kids talking to their parents, and their parents want to leave, and they say, "No, I don't want to leave. I'm having too much fun here."
It's usually the other way around. I thought the original serve here was short. but this has turned out to be a good rally anyway. What's that overhand kill from Bike? Excuse me, Sean Lenning, but Bikes turns back and says it was a skip.
Second man.
He told me second man, so I just said second.
You can hear the ref. He told me that, so that's what it is.
Second serve.
Hopefully they score. Yeah.
Point. 18 serve 7. Side out. Seven serve 18.
Is that short?
Short, second serve. Second man.
Anton Wilson coming down from Fresno, California, is one of the coaches for Team Fresno. Teamed up with John Bike here. Just a fun pro exhibition so the juniors have some entertainment while they're here, although it's been very entertaining. Sean Lenning almost getting to that ball.
It's nice to see the older guys pushing Sean around a little bit.
8 serves 18.
It's unbelievable how good Sean Lenning's hands are. I mean, he flipped 2 balls in a row
Side out.
that were in pretty good defensive positions, and then he just flips that ball to the front corner with John Bike standing in front of him.
18 serves 8.
He's just not afraid to take any shot.
It's one of those you moments.
19 serves 8.
Yeah, I guess. What?
Point. 20 serves 8. Second man. Serves 8.
God, what a serve. A laser right across that short line.
21 serves 8. Point. 22 serves 8.
These players are being treated here to a serving clinic from Sean Lenning.
Seems like he's had enough. He's ready to beat a 25 already.
23 serves 8.
And that's what he does. When you flip that ball around the revolving door, you have to do something more with it.
24 serves 8.
Sean can stand in the middle of the court and score as many points as anybody I've ever seen. And there it is. That is the game and match and the exhibition here courtside in Santa Barbara. We're going to take a timeout. We'll have another one coming up right around the corner as we get back to the action in the quest for the Junior Gold Cup, the perpetual trophy that will be awarded sometime tomorrow. Next up will be a 17 and under doubles matchup that we have. We'll have more information on that in just a bit. Stick around as we broadcast live at racefor8.com.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.